To grow further in the food sector, Monde Nissin bought a 15% stake in the Figaro Coffee Group. We talk about what this means for the establishments under FCG with Chairman Justin Liu, who joins us now in the studio. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Congratulations for the closure of this deal with the Monde Nissin Group.
Thank you, Rico, for having me. Actually, we're very humbled and excited with this deal.
So, 15%, what are the synergies between Monde Nissin and the Figaro Group?
Actually, there's a lot. So, you know, Monde Nissin is one of the huge food manufacturing companies here. And their brands are, household staples like Lucky Me, Monde, Skyflakes. They have a big footprint in the Philippines and also abroad. Figaro is actually a very, very small company compared to them, but we're very humbled that they took interest in us. When we met them, there was a very good meeting of minds. We thought of synergies together. So it's basically a match made in heaven. A
match made in heaven. And in terms of their products, how could that be integrated into the food menu or the brands of Figaro?
Well, there's a lot of synergies, not really exactly in their products per se. So you won't be seeing like a Lucky Me pizza, but more on the back-end structures. So as your news reports earlier talked about, inflation, challenges. So what we're seeing is we can backbone on Monde's size of for economies of scale, procurement, their ability to efficiently deliver products with their logistics network, and also their R&D capabilities. You know, Monde is also an international company. They have a UK company called Corn, which does alternative meat products. So we see that in the future, that's where it's headed. So we also want to, look into the future, get a step ahead.
And definitely improve the supply chain efficiencies of the Figaro Group going forward. But will they have a hand with this 15% stake in molding, in finding strategy, and directing where Figaro will be going forward?
Actually, we'll be working very close with them together. With their 15% stake, they actually did not require a board seat. So they actually trust us very well. That's why they invested in our company. They see that our growth is very good. We know what we're doing. So they'll be on our board as observer status, and we'll be working with them together.
All right. Basically, you have three major brands under the Figaro Group. Of course, you have the Figaro Coffee Shop. You have Angel's Pizza, and then you also have the Tien Ma, which is a Taiwanese cuisine restaurant. Will this also mean, with their infusion of cash, will this also lead to an expansion of the brands or introducing new brands?
Well, we're actually looking to expand our brands more.
Existing brands?
Existing brands. Last year, we opened 51 stores. So our revenue actually is very, very strong, very healthy. But we still have lack of presence in some areas like Visayas, Mindanao. So with this infusion of more capital by Monde, we'll be using that to expand our branches more and also look into other possible brands to develop in the future. But we're taking a more cautiously optimistic stance because, as you know, the Philippines, the GDP in 2022 was very good, but inflation is also very high. We're also monitoring, the global situation. So we're taking a cautiously optimistic stance.
Cautiously optimistic. We also have to be very conservative. And we just reported that inflation, which is now 8.7%, the highest in 14 years, in the month of January, might even outpace, right, GDP growth, maybe in the first and second quarters of this year.
Yes.
That's basically a big fear. We might see stagflation taking place in the first half of 2023.
Definitely. It's a cause for concern.
So, all right, we're now in the first quarter. We're in the second month of the first quarter. with 8.7% in January. I mean, no one really expected this. Everyone was expected that it would taper off, right?
Yes.
In the first quarter of 2023. What has been the impact on consumers' pockets? Have you already started to feel the pinch? Are people ordering less?
Actually, what we're seeing is the habits from the pandemic and the lockdown have passed and continued to stay the same up till now. So meaning people are saving more money on the weekdays but spending still on the weekends. And people are becoming more picky on what they spend on. So you see some very high-end luxury products. They're doing quite well because their market is catered to the rich. You're seeing some necessities still do very, very well, like consumer staples, grocery products, but some retail and some other restaurants in the middle, which might not be necessities, are suffering. So we see that people are also being pinched because of the higher interest rates. So their payments for housing loans or their car loans are going higher. But the good thing about the Philippine economy is it's still a consumer-driven
Yes, very
economy.
resilient.
Very resilient, likes to enjoy. So quality restaurants is still very important.
Quality food at very reasonable prices, right?
Exactly.
Justin,
Exactly.
will really keep you afloat. Of course, we've seen rising prices of onions, vegetables, eggs. And my goodness, Justin, I can just see it in your face. And I mean, these are all ingredients that are used for your pizzas and for your food.
Yes.
So are you passing on the higher prices to your consumers?
Actually, right now, we're not passing on the prices yet. So we are finding ways to try
Absorbing it.
absorb and try to do cost cutting internally. So the transaction and the deal with Monde will actually be helping us because they have massive procurement abilities.
Yes.
So we'll be looking at synergies there. And, moving
A
forward.
lot of cost savings as well,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean, especially if you have the supply chain efficiencies of a huge conglomerate like Monde Nissin.
Exactly. So at this moment, it's important for companies to really find ways to save money, ways to efficiently use their capital and be more cautious in capital expenditures.
All right. You talk about saving money. And we saw in the unemployment rate, Justin, in the month of December, it went up.
Yes.
I mean, when companies, small, medium, and large enterprises should be hiring personnel, they held back. Is that the same as well on your end, the Figaro Group? And of course, the SWS also said, our employment is not, the number of people unemployed in the Philippines is not 2.3, 2.4, but it's close to 9 million. It seems like there's a big differential what the SWS is saying and what the government is saying.
Actually, in our case, we want to hire more people. We actually have that's one of our major challenges, hiring people. And this is something that my friends in the business sectors also echo. So it's very, very hard to hire people, meaning there are a lot of people who are unemployed, but it's still hard to attract good talent after training them, retain them. The dropout is still very high. So I would say that there's no lack of jobs there, but there's just a lot.
Skilled.
Yeah. There's
Lack of skilled
a lack
workers.
of skilled workers, and there's too many people, I would say. Too many people.
So what is the outlook for the Figaro Group for the first quarter of this year? Will it be an improvement from the October to December quarter?
Yes, definitely. So this year we're still very, very bullish, barring any large, unexpected global economic hits. But we're still very bullish overall.
Bullish in the food sector. Thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word, and congratulations on this major deal with Monde Nissin.
Thank you, Rico.
Figaro Chairman Justin Liu.